Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you a chocolate chip coconut lactation cookie, and this is something that I found that was really helpful with me when I was first started nursing and I noticed that my supply was going down. It is a recipe that I made and I noticed a difference in my milk supply. So I wanted to share it with you guys if any of you are struggling with that, or you're starting out nursing and you're noticing that your supply is dipped, or you've been nursing for a while and you notice that your supply is dipped. These are cookies that you can whip up pretty quickly and have on hand and eat just a couple a day to help the milk production. And you'll notice with some of these ingredients, they do help the milk production and help it become like a fattier milk. So it's healthier for the baby. So let's get started. You need either a hand mixer or like a KitchenAid mixer, and then a bowl to mix up some of our dry ingredients. I have the oven preheated right now to 350 degrees, and then all my other ingredients I will list or let you guys know as I go. And then the whole recipe I will list down below in the description box. Okay, so the first thing we need to do in our mixer is add our butter. So you need a half a cup of softened butter, so basically 1 stick of butter. You're also going to need a half a cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of just regular granulated white sugar. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the mixer and mix that together. You want your butter to cream together with the different sugars. Next, you need to add 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then you're going to go ahead and mix together your 1 teaspoon of vanilla and your 1 egg. And then to this mixture, we're going to end up adding this flaxseed meal. So in the very beginning, what you want to do is add 1 tablespoon of the flaxseed meal and 2 tablespoons of water. I've already done that because I want this to thicken up. So before you get started, you'll probably want to do this first just so it'll be thick. Sometimes you can use it as an egg replacement, but the flaxseed meal is really helpful in the lactation, like producing the milk. So we want to add that, but you want it to thicken up. So I just have that sitting here. So by the time we get to the step to put that in, it will have already thickened up. So we're going to let this sit, and then in this large bowl, we're going to add our dry ingredients next. So to our large bowl, we're going to add 1 cup of flour, and you can use white or whole wheat flour. It doesn't really matter, just personal preference, whatever you'd like to use. And then we're also going to add in 2 tablespoons of Brewers yeast. And then we also need a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And then the last couple of spices we're adding is a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So we're just going to mix everything together in this bowl. So all you have to do is just gently kind of fold this all together. And then before I add the flour mixture in with our wet ingredients, I want to go ahead and add the flaxseed meal now to this butter mixture. And now we can add in our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. So you'll want to just slowly at a time, just add a little bit and then mix until everything is combined. And then the last couple of steps before we put them on our cookie tray, we're going to add 1 1/4 cup of old-fashioned oats. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour those in and stir this around. And then we're also going to add a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, and you can use milk or dark, it's your own choice. And then a 1/4 cup of coconut shreds. And we're going to mix these together. So now we have our mix, everything's mixed together. I'm going to use just this silicone cookie scoop, and I have my cookie tray here lined with parchment paper. I'm going to go ahead and just scoop out the cookies, and then right before I put them in the oven, I'm just going to dot a little chocolate chip, and that's your choice if you want to add the chocolate chips on top of the cookie, or if you just want to leave the 1/4 cup that you did. So you can add another 1/4 cup for the tops, or just do the one inside of here. So we're going to go ahead and scoop these out and then put them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. Okay guys, our cookies are done. It makes 2 dozen cookies. I have my other batch over here sitting to cool. So it makes 2 dozen cookies. You can store these in the refrigerator or in an airtight container out on your countertop and enjoy 2 a day, maybe even 3 depending on your milk supply. So these are really good to help increase your milk supply if you're noticing that your supply is dipping or you're not producing a lot. There's also another company that I found that has helped me with some lactation treats if you don't have time to bake these or you just don't want to bake. There's a company that you can use to make all natural, safe ingredients in the cookies. They don't use the fenugreek at all, and I tried a couple of these products before to try to help increase my supply. This was like right after I had delivered. This is the More Milk Plus by Mother Love, and this is the pretty famous, everyone tries it, the Mother's Milk Tea. And I had to discontinue and stop both of these because they have the fenugreek, and I was kind of doing a like trial and error, see if that's what was upsetting my stomach and my son's stomach, and I narrowed it down. I believe it was the fenugreek in both of these products. So I don't use either one of these anymore, and the company that I use to get my like lemonades and teas to help lactation, they don't use any fenugreek in her products either. So I will leave her website below if any of you guys are interested in just ordering your treats or your teas. She has a really good tropical tea and a lemonade. They're really, really delicious. It's brownies, all kinds of stuff that you can order to help your milk supply. So try these if you want to first. If you don't feel like baking or you just want to go, you know, order stuff, you can. And she ships out pretty quickly. So I will leave her information down below as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.